What is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another casted game. We're on the 1 vs 1 rank quick search ladder, and we have found ourselves SirCallen playing as the Italians on SirCallen. His opponent today is Osteoblast playing as the Aztecs, and boy oh boy, have I got a great game for you. Okay, I was watching SirCallen stream, and I got about halfway through it, and I was like, I have to cast this. This is game of the year material, and this is ladder defining gameplay as well, which some say may pain for me to say that, because what SirCallen has cooked up today is nothing short of remarkable, and kind of like just putting a little spin on a way to step around the fact that architects have been nerfed this patch and cannot build outposts or walls. What we're going to see is even scarier than that. We're going to see absolute mayhem. However, we'll leave that one as a little golden nugget and come across it later in the game. But for now, we will pick us up back in the first stage. So kind of moving around, getting some tier 1 treasures, getting that market down, blunderbuss, great coats, get those Age 1 architects. Each time you research a technology, you get a villager, and start off with the food vills, the food techs, and then try and find a gold treasure to get your hunting dogs. Maybe get a place of mines as well. Yeah, place of mines being researched, and just get your 5 vills from the market in Age 1. It's so good, and we're going to see SirCallen here just rounding off his income so he can get that final vill there from hunting dogs, and of course the bonus that technology provides. Dropping on his opponent, Osteoblast. We have seen a couple games from him recently, and a couple more to come. He's actually been playing pretty good Age of Empires 3. Some people may like him, some people may loathe him. I get it, I understand. But the gameplay that Osteo brings to the table is unique. It's high radiance, high action, and Osteo absolutely loves a game which goes long. So this has kind of got potential for cheese written all over it. We speak about the Aztecs at the moment. I'm looking at his deck, and not as much potential for cheese as I thought it would be. This is a new Definitive Edition patch deck, shall I say. He's got the 5 vills. He does have the Oztuma Citadel, the American Citadel, which you get from the Mayan native embassy, native trading post, if you ever on a map like Sonora or Texas. So you can send in one of those. It's a good building. Does a lot of damage. Very good versus infantry. Not great versus artillery or other units. So expecting to see some of that. But I do not see too much Jaguar Power Knight action. I do see combat cards here for Eagle Runner Knights. For Coyote, we do have a Coyote shipment as well. Coyote combat in the second age. With obviously, of course, Knight combat in the final age. That has been moved to age 4. But Aztecs, they do have ability to play all ages. Their age 2 rush is very scary at the lower elo level. And their potential for age 3 play as well, they have all the units they needed for it. They got cavalry, they got very strong hand infantry now, the Jaguar Proud Knights, with the ability to kill heavy infantry, cavalry, light infantry. They move faster, they promote. I can't see the promotion staying in the game for too long, or at least at the rates it is. It's 5%, 25%, and 45% promotion combat stats. It's insane. It might be 15, 25, but yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. We do see actually calling in some Jaguar Power Knights early on. It's not actually a bad shout to try and kill some of these like honey badgers and get that promotion train or promotion chain going along for your units. But just getting out there, getting the siege from the trading post, and making good use of a relatively cheap technology. 500 food. Going for the warrior priest boom behind us. 3 warrior priests already in, and dancing for more at the fire pit. They look like they're idle. They are idle actually. They actually. When is a warrior priest idle, and when are they just having conversation? Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows. Like we give credit to the original game for Aztec. When they were dancing around, you could tell that they were dancing around. There was no ifs. There's no is he not, is he yes, but it was clear, black and white. Right, you're dancing or you're not dancing. At the moment, we're unsure, but I think he's got them back. No, they're still there, and they're not even actually registering as idle vills. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. JPK is coming on to the northern side. So Callan's got quite a few vills in the gold mine. Doesn't bring him back. Outpost does go down. Has Osteo been waiting for this? Standard theory at the moment is that it's a age up the outpost and 200 gold helps their defensive play, helps their boom. So Osteo coming in with the high siege units, taking down the outpost for free. Really nice. Forcing Minutemen as well. So just for the 500 food investment on the JPKs, comes in there to takes out the 250 wood outpost and forces 300 resources units worth of Minutemen. So I gotta say, overall, that's a good play there from Osteoblast. I love this from SirCallen. The amount of times I see Italian players forgetting to build a last lock pen. You have an architect, the building's free, and with any last lock map, or any last lock treasures, the faster they fatten, just so much benefits that they give for it as well. Like instead of having 200 food yaks or 180 food, they're gonna go straight up to 400. Bam, that's your age 3, maybe your age 4 spam. And oh, this is interesting here from SirCallen. Let's have a look a bit more into his build. And Capitalism card 1, not sending in 700 gold or 700 wood. He's going for 2 outpost wagons. I don't believe he'll send that. Maybe he could cancel it. Yeah, he's going to cancel it. He's going to keep on sending it over and over until he knows he's safe. It looks like having the Basilica coming down behind this, and I'm surprised we're not actually seeing Uffizi, the Basilica wagon, and the buff to the Lombards. But I suppose if you're not making Lombards, it is only just a Basilica, which is only 1 trading post worth of XP. It's not a great shipment on its own. It is the Uffizi XP buff on the Lombards, which makes it an incredible card, or used to be incredible, now probably a fairly balanced card. Monte di Piazza, I think probably could squeeze that one in. That would be resources in the Lombard, 1 Lombard wagon, and kind of just get that momentum going. Explorer running away, 19 HP, the Minutemen are chasing. Run, man, run! Run, Forest! And, oh no, the Zebra! The Zebra! Oh, I think he's just about got out of this. Look, it's right with Callan's line of sight. Does he see it? He's lost it. He sees the Yoruba settlement. He's thinking, do I go top side, bottom side, left to right? He's just moving his way towards this building. We take off the line of sight. He's hiding. He's trying to blend. He's trying to blend in. He's also standing next to the guy going, you all right, mate? Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, I'm all right. But, unfortunately, the Minutemen one tap him. He goes down. And that's more experience points there for SirCallen. 2 shipments pretty much back to back, ready to go. Nearly a third when everything's been said and done. This Basilica is taking a long time to be completed as well. So I'm kind of surprised, actually, if he's not actually trying to pay this off to speed up construction, or maybe going for other Lombards. Ages up with the Paviciers. 12 Paviciers. Goes for the fast age card in the end. Double shipments. And here we go. This is the build I'm referring to. Card number 1 is going to be Freemasons. Now, I've seen people send the Fort Wagon first, but either or doesn't really matter if you're not being pushed. I think if you're under pressure, you want the Fort. And this is the moment in the game where Italy is at its weakest. They not having too much available, but never count them out. They always have ways to get back in. And Freemasons, the card here, increases your work rate for architects by 65%, 2/3, which is very strong. But just imagine how strong that would have been with the 3 outposts. But luckily, they can't build any defensive fortifications, right? Right? Oh no, you're wrong. For some reason in the game, I can't work it out, because their villagers cannot build forts. Only American explorers and multi-explorers can build forts, and some units can spend forts in special situations after a card's been sent. This card does not allow your architects to build forts, but this one doesn't as well, technically. But shipping a fort wagon actually enables... It enables the construction of the forts from the architects, which I find staggering. So, for every who don't know, the fort wagon, it gives 1 build limit for every wagon. So, actually, you're thinking, why, Harrison? The fort's only available in the 3rd age, and you can only get 1 if you send it. So, it's gone the build limit from 0 to 1. Wrong. What that card does is enables the fort wagon or the fort building, and then adds one to the build limit. So actually, the build limit is 2, which I find strange. Nice Jaguar Power Knight shipment here from Shuffle. Well, it's not actually a shipment, it's just being trained. Batch of 8s there coming out. Oh, that was the technology, the warrior party from the town centre. But here's a fort, and it's nearly completed. Osteo sending his own fort, the Otsuma Citadel, and it's going to be a bit of a building face-off here in front of each other. This is really interesting to see. And here's the second fort coming down. Ride with SirCallen. 8 seconds to go. He's halfway built this, but with 4 architects, with Freemasons, this fort is going up so fast, and up it goes. Double fort in base. How do you push this? You do not push this. Any regular civ will struggle with without heavy siege, but Aztecs is a really strange civ. Oh my god, look at the go! Oh, you realise that all that XP was the 1 HP warriors going down. Warriors given XP in recent patches. And I think the one thing that people find amazing with Age of Empires 3, and also the most frustrating, is that the meta and the balance changes so drastically from one patch to another patch, because the thing with the devs, I give them credit for this. They balance existing stuff really, really well. The problem is, it's the new stuff which comes in is game breaking, and here we're not really seeing a Jaguar Power Knight, but that's a really strong buff for the unit, extra speed and multipliers. We're not really seeing them being brought up out, and technically the fort and the forts. Oh, pardon. I'm trying to think of the phrase. The fort and the Freemasons. That card already existed. I don't actually quite know if the architect had space for the fort in his build roster before the outpost nerf reduction. Let's say, like, you know how you have a grid of icons. If you can't see the icon in your grid, you can still build it with hotkeys. So I have to assume it's always been there. Just maybe no one's ever noticed it. But Aztec is the civ for this. Arrow Knights laying siege to the town centre, denying the age up here from SirCallen. He has eaten all his livestock, the goats, the cows, and he's housed. And all his villagers, architects are just built up in his 2 forts. The forts are having a good time fighting the knights, but he's trying to build a town centre, but it's not going up. The Arrow Knights are in this situation, and when I was watching this game, I was thinking at this point, wow, this is the most amazing game. I don't care how this ends. I've got to get in on this action. And I'm just watching, like, SirCallen's having to get the villagers out to fight because there's nothing he can do. He's trying to get a town centre out. Town centre, getting thrown down. Oh, by the way, there's some Arrow Knights here. They're going to turn and shoot onto the Here we go. Arrows load up. And TC denied. That goes down. And in the end, a couple bit of calves, sending halberdiers here should be able to give SirCallen enough time to get that town centre up, get that age up in, because obviously with all his resources, there's no reason to not age up at this point. Sure, get some houses down, maybe get some units out behind this, but it's pretty much set for that next age. Stronger shipments. We're thinking advanced fortifications. We're thinking improved buildings. I'm surprised there's no actual stonemasons card here for villager building as well, because if you're going all in on buildings, you might as well carry on that fort process and research path. Because the Arrow Knights have been cleared up, and a bit of time coming down. Yes, SirCallen now building the town centre at the back. Look how slow this building constructs compares to the fort. He does have 3 architects on this. Still 20 seconds remaining on the town centre, but the fort was up in, like, I think people have been saying 18 seconds. 15 seconds, 16 seconds. Like, it is pretty insane at the moment. So that's going to come in behind this. Halberdier is looking really strong as well. Bosniak card come in just to kind of cover his situation, but I don't think he will need that. he was training villagers like, no, I don't want villagers, I want architects. And he should probably get that tech in as fast as possible. I think he's realised that more Arrow Knights this side, this town centre won't complete an age up, so just the architect being built, and the architect's going somewhere else to get the TC built, scouted by the Eagle Run Knights. And so far, like, I gotta say, Osteoblast is playing this very well. It's so important to have eyes on your opponent, just have the knowledge of what's going on. It's really hard to micro all the time. I get it, but He knows there's a town center over here and is trying to make his way that situation. Skull Knights from Austria in the third age, getting some big damage on the Minutemen, forcing the cavalry back, protecting the Arrow Knights. The Arrow Knights will take the town center, and they might as well start laying siege to these buildings. But I think I do see the town center here from SirCallen coming up in the background. That's what Shuffle can see. Bearing in mind, he himself is playing in this game as well. It's a two-man contest. Good economy behind this. Has the hunts, has upgrades on the gold mine, has sent in Aztec mining, 40% on Aztec villagers. He has all the gold he wants to help spam out all the Eagle Rhino Knights. Does see a large companion of cavalry coming across the map. Companion of cavalry? I've been playing too much Rome Total War with the Mastodons and their companion cavalry. But Aztec is just having a strong through the base. It's at the speed of 3.75. Who's the 3.75? Oh, it's the Aztec Knights. No. Who is so slow in this affair? Like, there's... Oh, it's Arrow Knights only move at 3.75. Okay, that's the reason why everything feels so slow. Bosniak's in the town centre. All the Warrior Priests get in. The TC Knights and Garrison. Morvilles get in. Eagle Runners Knights are being pulled back to cover. A lot of wood here from Austria. Should probably think about taking the trading line. Maybe start getting on the native post. Start sieging down town centre. There's one being built. He might... I know that SirCallen's wanting to try an age. He's still not actually aging. He's actually making units in the next stage. But there is a town centre under construction. They will take 4 times damage from the Arrow Knights under construction. But that's been completed now. And SirCallen's back up to 2 town centres. Paviciers coming out, their shields in their back, hoping to protect them from the Arrow Knights and Eagle Runners, but it's not quite enough. Just imagine if the game implemented a design mechanism that they actually, when these units are facing away from you, they have like 50% range armor. When they're facing to you, they have like 0. That would be an interesting decision. Interesting one, yeah. I might have to write that up and send it. Dear developers of Age of Empires 3, how are you doing? What is up? Falcon has been sent from the fort now, and these Arrow Knights and the Eagle Runners are looking to get cleaned. I think the Skull Knights will try and stand and trade off. The Eagle Runners can just bail out anytime they like and run back to town. But the spin attack, massive damage there onto the all units. And you know, I'm looking at the strats going down. The Arrow Knights will go down behind this, but relatively speaking, as trades go, I don't think you'd be too upset with Aztec here. Given the fact that they've been corners in the map, you should probably carry on getting out of here. But Eagle Rhino Knights will move in onto the unprotected Falconet. That's going down. Good night. Oh, no, he backs off. Lenient. Feeling merciful. Osteoblast, the merciful, has a nice ring to it. But, yeah, so Callan he had that huge bank of resources not too long ago, but now it's kind of like fallen apart with the training of the Dragoons, get the Paviciers out to recover. Still on the berries and base. All the livestock's been gone, but that was a great investment getting livestock pen behind this. Lombards are being used, but with no Fitzy, there's no XP behind this, so the XP curve has really dried up behind. I think SirCallen has really kind of ran through all his remaining cards. He doesn't quite know what he wants to send next, to be honest. He has pretty much gone through all the unit shipments, and yeah, Veteran Dragoons with their cavalry combat. No ranged cavalry caracol just yet from the market. Not market, Arsenal. But we kind of stabilize into late age 3. This Aztec fort hasn't seen much play. I think it's mainly facing off against another European fort makes it really awkward, this situation. But I think the idea here from Austria was to create a large Aztec army and push from the fort with a safe place to retreat if things got a bit too hot. But kind of the card hasn't really had that effect here from Austria, not what he'd want it to be. Meanwhile, now train more Eagles, sending in 10 Coyote Runners. So he sent in Smoking Mirrors and 8 Vills. So we're going to see some Explorer Laymen. 5.63 speed with a Swashbuckler attack. Here we go. Vills now building the Berbers, which is quite nice. Get some more villagers down. Maybe he's looking to go into Yoruba, which not really needed here for the Aztecs. I think he was really hoping for the Akans there. They have a couple of infantry upgrades. 5k gold mine. Obviously, there is enough gold in the map as well. Berry tech. And the movement of food resources to wood and gold with the resource, not tribute, but the splitter card. That's a really important tech. That is, it's great. But yeah, the chief runs in, he goes down, gives Italy 100 XP, scouts out what's going on, but I'm sure Osteo will revive it back. Currently on the fertility dance with a 2 TC boom and Berber cap. Look how fast the villagers are training, and if you're playing Aztec and you have a moment to fertility dance and get your builds going faster, it's so worth it. It is super, super worth it. And I think Aztec players, they spend a bit too much time on XP dance, and they should really be thinking about fertility dance. That's where it's at. The economy is just exploding. It was 52 a second ago. It's already up to plus 10 vils in a click of a button, and all our food has been invested straight away into economy. And that economy here is going to carry Osteo into the later portions of the game. The fort is actually doing some massive damage behind this, getting some good kills. Probably wants to focus on the Dragoons more than the Paviciers, but it won't really matter too much. Oh, look, we're in a different stance. Paviciers having siege resist, but I want to say the Aztec fort does range damage, but I don't know. I assume siege because why else, and makes sense that the fort should still kill falconets, but I wasn't actually looking. Rewind, let's have a check. Iron Knight's coming out. So, in terms of Aztec playstyles now in this patch, apart from kind of Osteo playing a bit more standard and traditional, going Eagle Runner, Knights heavy, these have been nerfed quite heavily versus all infantry, both heavy infantry and light infantry. So, I think some of these multipliers are really a bit off, but they are very specialist anti-cav units. But the Jaguar Power Knights make up for that. The Arrow Knights are pretty decent. I mean, they're not great. Mace Sultans still exist, but in the situation of siege and buildings from range, you cannot think of a better unit than the Arrow Knights. They are so good at keeping your opponent built up, and I've got the privilege of spectator mode. SirCallen can't see this building. It doesn't exist yet, but from a spectator mode, I get to see both players' plans of where they want to build. And it's very important that it's like this is in the game. Otherwise, you can tell where your opponent's built buildings. We also put like 1 HP foundations around and block stuff in. But the war spam has started to begin. SirCallen locking down the southern side of the map, protecting his Berber outpost. Osteoblast looking to take the northern side as well. Do see villager here from SirCallen locking off the choke point as well. We don't see any pillar deletion, but I think it's because the APM at the moment in this game is quite high from both players. If I was to turn on view lock, you probably see it going crazy. I do not believe the architects can build the outposts, but maybe from the Freemasons. Can they? No. Yes? There must be a trick. I see a villager moving as well. What's going to happen here? No? I don't... I need to know. Nobody knows. But the architects are moving out on a mission. There is an outpost. There is an outpost being built, but who starts the building? Does the villager start the building and then the architect comes in behind? Does the Freemasons allow the construction of the buildings? To be fair, Freemason says architects can build fortifications, move faster, and construct builds more quickly. So this card allows them to build outposts again. We've solved it. And no, it's not a bug. The fort is intended that the architects can build the outposts. Oh my god, we are back to this level of architects making outposts all over the map. You've seen it here first, and the whole point of taking away the outposts here from the architect was to avoid these situations. And I'm not gonna lie, I put my hand up. I thought the devs taking away the ability for architects to build outposts was a bit heavy-handed. I didn't fit the design of the architect. You should be able to build whatever you like, but there should be, you could always nerf the build rates of these things, but wow. I mean, Freemason's card is a great economic card anyway for the architects. Build houses faster, build your forts faster, your outposts, so you can build a fort, but all the other buildings as well, like your mills, your plantations, your houses, all works really, really well here for the Italians, so it's great synergy. And the thing is, the more you build, the more XP you generate from the buildings being completed, so there's no reason to not send the card in. It's going to help your momentum as the game goes on. 59 villagers now here from SirCallen. He is in the industrial age behind us, now sending in Florentine finances. Which one's the Genoese? Oh, it's the aged 3 one. Florentine finances 2.3k gold in your Lombards. That's going to trickle food inward over time. Does have the 5 Lombards up now as well, so that's going to get him a really nice income of resources. Meanwhile, looking at Osteoblast, oh, he's aged up to the 4th age as well. Has 35 war pieces and 88 war pillars on the map. Train the Eagle Knights, getting the farms down, and probably starting to look into more regular upgrades. Does have the Great Chinampa, which is a eco upgrade. Salt mine from the Berber camels. Nice little play there. And that's going to work really well there with his Aztec mining. So look out for the benefits on that. Veteran Paviciers, Guard Burglaries, and the Veteran Dragoons pushing on the Nobles' huts. These aren't yet buffed into Mighty Noble huts from age 4. Champion Eagle Run Knights now being researched behind. Surprised we haven't seen Agrarian Ways in his deck, or that might be a Haudenosaunee only card. Don't quite know off the top of my head. Anyway, we're looking at SirCallen now. 70 villagers, 1k food, 1k wood, 1k gold. Do we know what that means? Oh, we know what that means. Viva la Revolution! And go to the United States, which, if you don't know, the whole point of the United States Revolt is forts, fort wagons, and spawning Gatling guns from forts. He's got 4 Gatling guns on the field and has the ability. There's a fort wagon available already, so it's up to 3. Has the ability to basically send in infinite fort wagons and starts to control the map with fort and Gatling guns. Gatling's rolling forwards, and remember, every time you build a fort, it is for free with the architects for about 15 seconds, 18 seconds with the 5 of them. You get 2 Gatling guns. It's infinite gold generation as well. It's not that much. It's not that OP in sense of the resources you get back from the Gatling guns, but it's the constant artillery and the having to commit resources to deal with its problem. But Revolutionary 72. Moving forward. Architects do coming out again. You can still train your architects from the town centre, don't they? Oh wow, the architects getting converted as well. That's that must be frustrating to see. I think most Italian players would rather not see their expensive architects get transformed into a revolutionary, but it is what it is. Arrow Knights moving forward to put pressure on the fort. Another fort wagon is being sent in by SirCallen. Will this fort get up? Actually, it looks like it will. It's going to get low HP, but it doesn't really matter. It's Austria's not committing enough resources to defend it. 1 Falconet moving forward. Fort wagon sent from the forward outpost. That's crossing the map. Where's the other fort wagon? Just come in from this one. So here come the Gatlings, and here comes the 4th fort behind this. This may go down, but it's not the end of the world. He really wants the build limit, and those architects are happily building the fort behind this. I cannot believe what we're looking at. Another fort coming down behind this. He really needs to get his fort technologies. The Bastion. I think I forgot what they're called. Star Forts and the other one. It might be getting. No, he's getting some units out, which is also pretty nice. But the Arrow Knights are paid overtime at the moment. Osteoblast really needs champion Arrow Knights as a priority, and he's got huge economy as well. We've got champion Jaguars on the front line. They're promoting up quite nicely. They're doing huge damage. And Revolutionaries, they're not actually that great of a unit in particular, but over time they actually put in work in mass. But it's the Eagle Run Knights behind us, massive rates of fire, and that's all of SirCallen's initial infantry push gone. Osteoblast has survived it, but the fort does come up on the left hand side. More Gatlings do come out. Another 2 forts in the middle. More Gatlings do come out as well. I think the fort can train Gatlings as well if SirCallen wanted it. Not actually. Wow, that fort gets deleted. Why would you delete your own fort, SirCallen? Why? So you can build another one. Oh my god, look at this. From SirCallen, infinite fort spam here. This is absolute banter from SirCallen. And, I mean, did the devs think about this when they thought about the string of cards? Did they think about the implications of Architects and United States Revolt? Can you change United States Revolt for all civs to incorporate potential exploitation there from the Italians? Or maybe this was actually low-hand key intended, because it seems strong. I think the strength is the forts and the map control, not necessarily the Gatling guns. They are only, well, age 3 Gatling guns here from the United States. They're not guard Gatling guns. They pack a punch, but it's not the end of the world. It's just the annoyance of having to defend so many areas of Gatlings all the time. But Osteo It has built quad layers of walls in places, double layers of walls in places. Only a single layer here, but well backed up by 3 nobles huts. Gatling champion eagles, champion jaguar prowlers, and soon to be probably champion arrow knights as well. Another fort comes down, looking to slowly creep those forts forwards. Getting that map control is the idea from the architects. Rat-a-tat-tats. Oh, it's only 12 seconds! It's only 12 seconds with 5 architects. It's not even 18. It's not even 18. But here comes the explorer. No, not looking. Oh, the one shot. 3,000 HP. Now, the thing is with Age of Empires 3, there's not many civs without cheese. And Aztec has some cheese. Italy has some cheese. And the level of cheese here from both civs at the moment is off the scale. This. The Gatling's just doing nothing. The Aztec explorers smacking them down. The champion arrow knights behind doing massive damage with multipliers. They are boosted by knight combat, knight attack, knight HP as well, and a strong colony. 100 vils behind this. The fertility dance here from Aztec has paid off very, very well. Further card coming in. Grain market. Villagers gather food from farms, mills and rice. A palace faster, so more eco. Here comes Washington's Grenadiers. So Guard Grenadiers with Grenadier rifle upgrade from the home city as well. Instead of throwing their Grenadiers, they have their launchers. So that's a great card there from SirCallen. Let's actually have a look at the SirCallen's deck, because who knows what the United States Revolution does. There's so much stuff. Okay, I think we all know about this row here, but that was the Washington's Continental Grenadiers. Send some powerful Grenadiers with grenade launchers and enable them at forts to be trained. So potentially we're going to see some more Grenadiers, but I don't know, they didn't seem very effective there versus Mass Eagles. Probably need some skirmishers. We do have Lexington Minutemen, so sends in guard minutes with slower HP degen. That's pretty good. Sends militiamen, state militia. Actually removes crossbows and piviciers and that kind of units, and enables, I guess, volunteers, but doesn't actually say guard state militia. Yes, the oh, well, no, it says guard state militia. I don't know if they're the volunteers or not, the royal guards. We'll have to find that one out. Depots, 5 petars and a depot wagon. Hey, that's quite. Oh, 2 depots. Maybe that's changed. I don't quite know. Some Quaker guns. We got some carbine cavalry. We basically got the entire USA roster available to be sent. So we can eventually pivot into a full United States Army if you wanted to. They're all guards, it looks like, as their base unit. So you can pick your choose. We've got some Pulaski's cavalry. 10 Zapka Uhlans coming in behind as well for 1,000 food. That's a good shipment. Culverin. Stealth Peter! What? A Stealth Peter? Oh my god, that's so memey. European immigrants, we have 6 settlers, 4 settler wagons, so 14 villager shipments there for a bit of food and a little bit of extra XP. I think that's about a fifth of the base XP rate of 2 XP per second. Fertile lowlands, some yeah, that's just some cows and homestead wagons. That's not actually that useful, but land of Washington, Imperial flag, anywhere. Explorer now boosts morale, like the inspiring flag as well. So both those work together. I think this is train time. Continental armies or revolutions into regulars, improves their attack. So this is, well, this is infantry combat. So that's not actually a good card to send. So I think SirCallen wants to be looking to send this in behind. And finally, Pennsylvania long rifles increases the range of several units armed with rifles. But Gatling's still on the left. Fort's still being made up. We're up to 4 forts behind this. The thing is, SirCallen's kind of out of XP shipments. He just can't. He can't get enough forts, wagons to ships to build the fort limit up to get all this. And there's still, okay, he's actually researched the fort attack, but not 4 HP. So they're doing some massive damage. But the thing is, champion coyotes, they don't care. They just run in on the Gatlings. Eagle Arrow Knights, they go brut. And there's the squadron of champion arrows behind, laid siege on the fort behind this. SirCallen's still making use. He's up to 55 vils. I think he's lost a couple, but he has been on all sides of the map gathering resources. Gatlings are still pushing through the left-hand side, so soon there is an opening here which SirCallen can push through. But it kind of looks like versus this United States spam. If you can't kill it early, you have to war the map and just kind of... I mean, can you outboom? Can you outboom this, though? Because the architects, they can still build all the buildings. The villagers, the only thing they've got to do is gather resources. Everything else kind of takes care of itself. The forts hold units back. The Gatlings hold units back. You've got some eco shipments coming in. You probably still age up the factory behind it. You've got some Lombards from Italy. So the economy behind this is still strong from Italy, now United States. So as a strategy, this could be actually pretty good. And quite often with these 1 versus 1 games, it is too greedy and too expensive to go to the 5th age. So revolt into the 4th age, or in the 4th age, going for a revolt, maybe your way to kind of reach that age 4.5, get some really sneaky bonuses, some extra economy. Cough, cough. South Africa revolt for the Dutch and the British. That's incredibly strong. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Brits have it as well. I want to see some Brit players lame in Imperial War Wagons and some CDBs. And the age 5 capital. Kind of feel that SirCallen now with 15 Gatling guns. Hey. He's nearly at max population, and the Gatling guns at 4 pop as well. They are really expensive on population, and just not enough bang for his buck. And the XP and the walls are not giving XP really, so it's not as much XP as SirCallen hopes. Another fort will come down behind this, and Austria's just chilling up behind. Let's set up with him. Oh, he's going to the 5th age! He's aged up with the wise woman. I guess that's a load of resource crates to gather up, but what does that mean? Age 5 eco upgrades, age 5 units, and surely all hope at that point go in behind. Currently researching some Yoruba techs, going for Yoruba herbalism, which I believe it's I'm gonna say it's the Minutemen last bit longer, but that's not actually the case. I can from SirCallen look at this. The herbalism is the villager on the trees, so 10% tree eco. Honestly, that's a very expensive tree eco for 10%, but late game fair play, and fair play there for Austria for checking, and that game knowledge. We always joke about sometimes him, but he's shown to be a really good player here. Champion equals shutting down pressure to the northern side. The pressure down to the southern side's heating up, and the middle has kind of cooled down a little bit. But champion arrows will move in to say something like the Gatling guns, and those champion eagles will soon be legendary, surely. They're coming in behind, I can't quite see. Legendary eagle runners, and look at their lovely attire now, and surely the military has been secured here from Osteoblast. The wall has been broken. There is a way into the base. He should realistically charge in now. This is his moment. We do actually see the age 5 Berber Sultan as well. Decent unit, only gets buffed by nearby mercenaries, I think, and outlaws, so it's not actually getting buffed, but eagle runners, they counter Gatlings. They do take a lot of damage as well, but should be just about enough. Now sending in Graham Rays, and now sending in, I guess 600 gold is sending in, actually trying to get those units, resources up. Explorer moving in with the splash attack. Oh my god, he actually has 2 area of attack now as well, and goodbye Gatlings. SirCallen on the back foot now. What's he going to do to get back on this? It's going to be building more forts, getting that Gatling gun mass out again, but I have a feeling that SirCallen here has kind of got to the point where he's just realised that enough's enough. It's not going to happen. He's struggling on this one, and that will be his game there. 145 population. He has the economy to try and get to the 5th age if he could. If he could get to the 5th age, he can't. He's stuck. He's stuck with the United States in this age and the technology, and you can see he's just being outmassed, outclassed, and probably out-ecoed as well. Osteoblast now researching in some of the age 5 technologies. Excessive tributes here from the plantation. Probably already got the mill upgrade as well. The wood looking pretty good. 0.75 wood per second. 0.76 on the salt mines as well. We're looking is pretty strong. Yeah, a little bit more gold income there on the salt mines than it was on the plantations when you counter movement. And push down to the side. Guard regulars as well with that rifle card. But yeah, it did send in Continental Army, but gets cleaned up. Not able to get the mass. He needs to keep deleting his production for the Gatling guns, but he needs the production to train the units, and it's not training fast enough for him. 150 population, and Shuffle's score, Osteoblast score, pardon me, is just taking off still. We've got a couple of idols here and there. That's not really a problem, but he's keeping tabs on the northern side, keeping tabs on the southwest. Another fort goes down, and not actually making direct progress into SirCallen's base, which is slightly surprising, but I'm sure once he kind of concentrates his force in the middle and makes a direct push through the middle of the map into the heart of Italy's base, he'll be under pressure. Elite Berbers are out now, legendary Eagle Runners, another fort wagon has been sent. Still on champion Arrow Knights here from Osteoblast, but it's because he's basically teching in all of his economy. Out comes the H5 Explorer. Gotta go onto the Gatlings, get the swoop attack. Whoop, whoop. Oh, one hit kill on the Gatling, and that goes down. And the actual area effect on the remaining units as well is so strong. 50 hand attack with area 2. That's a triple kill there from the Explorer. It's just dirty to see. I feel violated watching this. Austria nearly has enough resources to age again to the next stage if there was one. There isn't. But he's charging through. The base is open and Austria can dive in. GG has been called. And what a game that was. I'm so glad you guys were able to enjoy that game with me there. SirCallen with the strats off the walls, allowing the architects to build fortifications faster with the forts, with the outposts, and early on, holding versus shuffle was very tough, and it looked like that SirCallen had the game under control at some point. However, Austria, with the continuous pressure, the continuous raiding, and getting the boom on the fertility dance, was able to catch up in eco and look pretty strong. The revolt came in, military population jumped there for SirCallen with the Gatling guns and the revolutionaries, but didn't quite hit the mark. Austria was able to deal with the Gatling guns quite comfortably in the end. Villager population, you just see the explosion of eco here from Aztec, always ahead of Italy as the game went on later. And that moment of time when the revolt comes in, the economy obviously stops there from SirCallen, and that kind of allows your opponents to kind of stabilize his economy, deal with the revolution, but then is a fantastic place to springboard off into the 5th age, later games, get his technologies in, and just worry about his own playstyle. Yes, SirCallen managed to get up to a huge economy at the end of the game. 114 villagers, the settler wagons, the architects, the villagers, the Lombards, the factory. It's all looking good for him. But if you can't deal with H5 units, you're not going to be able to win the game if the game goes uber late. And that's what happened here. And that's what Austria did. And what a game it was. Boys, thanks for watching that. Make sure you like and subscribe. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.